Remember I told you 2 years ago when we started, only one thing missing, the words Merry Christmas. They're using those words again. Do you notice? They're using those words again.
Something he talked about on the campaign trail and still does. President Trump delivering on another promise, proudly putting Christ back in Christmas.
Here to explain why this is so important to him and his agenda is President Trump's longtime spiritual advisor and chairwoman of his evangelical board, Paula White. First, Paula, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. It's so good to be with you.
Now, tell us, why is this so important to the president?
Well, isn't it nice to be able to say Merry Christmas and to put Jesus Christ back on the White House lawn and to have the crusader that we have in our president? It is so vitally important. First off, it's personal to him. He's a man of faith. He is a believer. He's spiritual. I've known him for over 17 years. And Trump just hasn't put Christ back in Christmas, but he has also put prayer back into the White House. He's put justice back into and religious freedom back into our courts. He's done so much. I say this is a man who is a promise keeper. We'll know him as the president who keeps promises.
You know, presidents, not just this president, but many presidents have been criticized for their religious beliefs, or, you know, it's been implied that they're not religious enough or too religious. You know, where does he stand? You know him so personally, and here it is, Christmas Day. How does he experience his faith?
You know, I know for him it's a very personal day, that his faith is such an important part of his life. It guides him, it leads him, and one of the things that I love about President Trump is that he is not afraid to take those steps that might be unpopular with other people. We do not have to be afraid of the political correct police anymore. What makes America great is that we were founded on a Judeo-Christian nation, and that's vitally important for us to understand. He understands it. It's personal to him. Our country, though it is not a theocracy, you will not understand the democracy if you don't understand the biblical foundation and the traditions and the foundation of Christianity and of our faith. And though we are not just a nation of Christianity, we're of all faith.
Right.
We live in a country that is very biblically illiterate, and without understanding the Bible, you won't understand the foundation. And so it's so important because it's such a part of our ethos, of our culture. So that is a vital part of why it is important for America to understand, of putting Christ, Christmas, Mary, back in Christmas. It's liberating.
Right.
And also, it brings great joy. I mean, this is the message that has changed literally billions and billions for a century. It's because we have preached this as Christians forever.
Joy indeed. Paula, thank you so much for taking time and for continuing to advise the president on this important message this Christmas. Thank you, Paula.
Thanks, Paula.
Merry Christmas.
Thank